anyone can say.
I mean, I can speak a little anecdotally here. You might not feel like this is enough. My anecdotal experience doesn't speak enough, but I mean, I was on the dating apps for a while. I have plenty of experience dating women my age, a little bit older, around my age, what have you. I've actually found no evidence that older women are more mature, more emotionally developed, more mentally developed, more intellectually developed.
I agree completely.
Than
a lot of them.
19, 20, 21-year-old women.
And that's
No,
why
it's true.
I found no evidence for this
And that's why-
from my own dating experience.
And that's why I think people around
fact-
the age mid-20s, age 25 is when your brain fully develops, and then you can make your own decisions after that. In the video that you referenced about age gaps, where I said that I don't like age gaps, I specifically clarified that if both people are 25 and older, you can do whatever
I'm not
you want.
even arguing that.
Yeah,
I'm arguing
it's
35-year-old
18
Brian.
18
Make the
and
argument.
35 is
Make
weird.
the argument why it would be wrong.
Because your brain isn't fully developed. You're
So
not
should-
mature enough
Okay.
as a child.
So should it be
As
criminalized?
a younger person.
Should we legislate?
No, that I literally said that I
Yo,
do think
hello?
when we
Do you guys
started
not remember me losing my fucking shit earlier?
when we started this
God damn,
conversation,
bro.
the very first thing I said was I don't think that it should be criminalized. I just personally think it's weird, and I pass judgment on people who participate in it. But I don't think it should be
it's
criminalized.
weird that you're currently having sexual intercourse with multiple different men
and you're allowed
at
to
the
have that
same
opinion.
time. But in any
yeah,
case,
yeah, and you're allowed to have that
Okay.
opinion.
Just for your health,
But-
we concern,
but-
nothing else.
so-
And your mental health.
So just a question for you. So, okay, 25-year-old, what's that thing?
Frontal lobe development, all of
prefrontal
your-
cortex.
yeah, I don't know.
So should women not be allowed to vote until they're 25?
I think all people shouldn't be allowed to vote until they're 25. Actually,
Okay. I
genuinely,
can get on
I
board with that.
actually don't think people should be
How
allowed
do
to
you
vote at
lean
18.
politically, though?
I'm very moderate. I don't have a political
Wait, chat.
affiliation.
I have a question for the chat. So, if we were to only allow people 25 and older to vote, would this be to the benefit of Republicans or Democrats? Because I'm pretty sure
Republicans.
it would be to the benefit of like conservatives, Republicans.
Of course.
If you had to be, it was like 25 and up. There'd obviously still be liberal people. Obviously, we're still
Yeah.
over that.
No, but
I'm pretty
absolutely
sure
right.
if you ban like 18, 19, 20, 21, like college people, college age people from voting,
Absolutely right.
you're right. I think, you know what, women, they just can't, let's just bump the voting age.
I think it should
For
be. I
everybody.
think it should be
I
as
kind of
long as you
agree.
can be on your parents' medical insurance. You shouldn't be allowed to vote because you're still basically under your parents' care, and so you
Wait,
have.
are you pro-choice or pro-life?
Me, I'm pro-choice.
Can I ask you a question? So
Yes.
if by doing this, though, raising the age of voting to 25 meant that abortion actually ended up becoming illegal federally, would you still want to raise the voting age to 25?
That doesn't change my opinion on.
No, but answer the question.
Yeah, no, I think that
So you
I would still say we should raise the age, even if
Even if
the
it means
things that
losing
I don't
abortion
believe
rights.
in. I mean,
I'm not sure if it would.
if you're like putting
Not
that
sure if it would.
ultimatum on it, then like probably I wouldn't push for that.
No,
that.
but I'm not sure it would. But
Right.
if you knew that was a
A possibility. I mean, that doesn't change my opinion that I think that 18-year-olds don't really like have the same mental capacity as somebody that's in their mid-20s. That doesn't change my opinion, and I think that
should 18-year-olds not be allowed to go to college?
no, because that's education. I mean,
Right, but
they should be allowed to go to college because that's education.
But look what
People
they do to
people
them
have
in the
been
college.
in education from
Right, but so a lot of 18-year-olds
Well,
enter
twisting their
into
mind.
predatory student loan
And I
contracts.
think
Hold
that's
on.
really
You gotta
bad.
let me finish making
Okay.
the argument. A lot of 18-year-olds, both men and women,
Mm-hmm.
enter into these student loan contracts, and then they can, first off, student loans.
Exactly.
You can never discharge student loans
Exactly.
in bankruptcy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I think
So
that's. I think
a lot
that's,
of people financially fuck themselves
They
at
line
18.
to-
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's an issue.
So-
a
It's
big,
Big issue.
Yeah, and here's the
And
thing
there's
about
more
college is
18-year-olds
that
getting financially
you-
fucked
And
you
what
don't
than
about-
actually fucked.
And
yeah,
what about
you don't have to go.
Wait, and what about Qatar paying these billions of dollars to
Wait,
doctrinate them to
Qatar?
go and do all this chanting in the.
All right, come on. Let's not bring it to.
Well, but it's like that.
Okay, all right. Here, let me ask you a different question. So let's put aside or even grant your arguments that it is icky, it's gross, it's creepy, it's predatory, whatever. Can you make a compelling argument in terms of the benefits to the man for why he should date, say, a 35-year-old instead of a 25-year-old?
Because I think that a man dating and why are you, first of all, why are you putting this like on men only?
What do you
Like,
mean?
why are you making the hypothetical on 35-year-old men and not 35-year-old men and women people?
That are-
just in general. Like, do you think there's a disparity like between 35-year-old men and 35-year-old women? Like, do you think there's a difference? And is that why you're making like is that why you're specifically saying men and not men and women?
Well, I'm making this disparity because there's a tendency women typically don't prefer to date younger. I
Yeah.
would argue like across most ages.
Yeah, but if they
So-
were to, I still have the same opinion that it's
Well,
weird.
I feel like, I could even make compelling arguments why women would opt to date older. But so I'm asking you to make the argument.
Of why.
So I'm just going
Of
to,
why
I'll just repeat it
okay.
again. I'm going to just grant to you that it's gross, creepy, icky, whatever.
Okay.
So why don't you make a compelling argument in terms of the benefits to the man, say a 35-year-old man, why he should date a 35-year-old woman over a 25-year-old?
See, that's taking the whole argument out of context because
It's
the
not
whole
taking it
because
out
the
of
whole
context at all.
because the whole point is that it's exploitative or predatory
how's it-
for the older man to go after the younger woman, because the benefits of going after a younger woman is that you have somebody that's less experienced, doesn't really know what they want, so you can mold them and form them into having the life that you
Okay,
want.
You're making some.
That's what it is. That's
there's
what it's
some
like.
presuppositions there that.
But that's the
I haven't
benefit.
even-
That's the benefit of dating a younger woman is that she is less,
Here,
set in her
Steelman, my
ways.
position. Why?
Yeah.
Why would a man, aside from the things you just listed, can you actually think of anything like good faith that, like, a reason why a man might want to date a younger woman?
Wait, can you repeat that? I'm so sorry.
Okay, so Steelman the position. So
Okay.
So make an argument for the side of why a guy who's 35 would prefer to date a 25-year-old as opposed to a 35-year-old.
Okay, so if I was a 35-year-old,
No, not if you were.
well, you just said make an argument for why. So
Okay, go
I'm
ahead.
putting myself in their shoes, right? Is that not what you asked?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. So if I were a 35-year-old man, the reason that I would go after a young woman and a woman younger than 25, the reasons that I would go after a woman that young, despite the maturity differences and stuff, is because of her lack of life experience.
Oh, you would do that. So you admit you would be predatory in this circumstance.
Yeah, that's why I
Okay,
wouldn't
you're
I
not
wouldn't do that.
steel-manning the position. So, for example,
Okay.
would you be willing to grant to me if I'm willing to? I mean, again, I disagree with you here, but would you be willing to grant that, for example, men might be more attracted to younger women because they're just physically more attractive?
Yeah, that's valid. But
Okay,
a relationship.
is that? Let's assume that that's it.
Okay.
That's
So it's all based on physical attraction, right?
You don't think men care
Okay,
about
right.
physical looks?
So if going after a younger woman is entirely based on physical attraction, you want somebody that's younger because you
Would
find
there-
her physically
would there
attractive.
actually-
Then that doesn't create a good relationship, because the relationship is primarily based on physical attraction, and then it leads to a relationship where
Yeah,
the
primarily.
man as the woman ages, he becomes less interested in the woman as she ages, and then he presumably dumps her for another
So why-
younger
but hold
model,
on. So
which
why are you
creates
assuming that?
it creates a because you just made the argument that they're like, oh well, these younger
No,
women
that's the
are
f-
really attractive.
You do realize that
Despite
physical.
the-
Hold on. You do realize that physical looks for both men and women is always the initial basis for attraction.
Yes.
Right. I didn't say that was the only reason.
Yeah.
I said it could be the primary reason.
Yeah, I mean, if it, and like I said, if it is the
Okay.
primary reason, but you said given that it's weird and creepy and you said given all those things are true in this scenario. So if we're giving all those things are true in the scenario, and then the only basis is attraction, then it's
Well, I shifted the topic and I just
Okay.
asked you to steel man the other side.
I just did.
No, you didn't. You actually. Okay. Well, I'm going to let a couple chats come in.